So today, let's go ahead and start with our knees open. Take our hips out from under us, roll all the way to a flat seat. We're going to place our hands right on our knees and just start to close the eyes, relax. Begin to take a few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Noticing any place in the body that may be a little bit tense today. Just going to allow it to release. Taking the time for ourselves in this class to fully become neutral with our body, with our mind, and with our environment. Allowing ourselves to harmonize with everything around us. Using our breath, let's inhale, raise up through the spine, up through the top of the head, keep that height, and exhale, soften those muscles. So with every inhale, we're making space in the torso, away from the hips. And on every exhale, we're softening the muscles even further down. Continue to deepen that breath. Keeping those eyes closed, let's inhale the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together. And on the exhale, bring those palms down to the heart. Good. Again, inhale, stretch those fingers up and together. Close those palms. And exhale down. Good. As we sweep those arms up, we're going to imagine something we'd like to shift in our life. Bringing it together in between those hands, pressing it and bringing it into our heart space. Inviting it in. Inhale. Gather everything up, all that delicious energy. And bring it down to the heart space. Good. One more time. Deep inhale. Invite all of those good things in. Exhale, bring it to your heart. Good. Let's keep our hands here for a moment. Breathing. Starting to open up our awareness. When we're ready, let's go ahead, inhale. This time bring our arms up overhead. And on the exhale, we're going to take our right arm down to the mat and left arm overhead. Imagine pressing that left hip into the floor as we reach all the way over with those fingers. See if we can gaze upwards towards the sky. Feel that side body open as we breathe. And on the exhale, let's bring ourselves back up to center and switch sides, reaching over with the right side. Bringing that left elbow to the mat and stretching away from that hip. As we breathe, opening up through the belly, letting our center soften. And when we're ready, let's come back up through center. Reach both arms up one more time. Stretch through the front body. And exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward. Leave those hips on the floor as we reach in front of us and drop the chin down. Stretching out the low back. From here, let's walk those hands all the way back up. Reaching up overhead, stretch through the spine. And on the exhale, this time bring our hands behind us, placing the fingers back towards the back of your mat. And we're gonna stretch through the chest. So arching the back, lifting up, taking the head back and away. Let's come back up to center. When we're ready, we're going to take ourselves to all fours. So bring those fingers down under the shoulders, tucking those toes under. We're going to flatten our spine. So engage the belly, bring it up into the back. And from here, we're going to do a couple of forward and back rocks. So allowing our spine to stay straight. We're going over top of the hips and then forward over the hands. Waking up the hips, waking up the ankles, and also the wrists. From here, we're slowly going to come back to our neutral position, and we're going to keep the hips up as we drop down to the elbows. So we're doing a mini puppy pose here, modified dolphin. Bring those palms together and see if we can lower the chest down even further while keeping the hips up and away. Feeling that stretch through the back. You're welcome to stay right here. If you want to go a little deeper, we're going to bring our hands all the way forward, dropping down as low as we can. Dropping the chest and the forehead to the mat. Letting go. If you want to go one step further, we're going to take our palms, bring them together here, stay with the chest down, and we're going to lift the palms all the way up and back over the top of the head. So we want our palms all the way behind, stretching through the triceps. When we're ready, go ahead, release the palms down. We're going to slowly walk our hands back to all fours. Good. Engaging that center, we're going to lift our knees off the floor, keep the toes tucked under, and we're just going to lift, hovering over the mat, starting to engage the center, engaging the thighs, building a little bit of heat. Good, and from here, we're going to go ahead and raise the hips all the way up and back, finding our downward dog. You can walk those legs out if it feels good. Spreading those toes wide, doing any movement that we need to in order to wake up the body. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So we're going to drop the knees back to that hover position. So don't lower all the way down if you can help it. We're coming back to the hover and then pressing the hips back. So we're going to flow between our hover position and our downward dog. Just to start waking up the knees, waking up the hips. Engaging the back as well, helping support you as you flow. a couple more times. Breathing deep, supporting your muscles. When we're ready, go ahead and find your downward dog and remain there. Breathe. Good. From here, looking up to the hands, we're going to walk our feet between them, finding our forward fold. See if we can bring our big toes together as we drop the head down as far as we can. Slowly beginning to straighten those knees, lengthening the hamstrings. And from here, we're going to gradually make our way up to mountain pose, stacking the spine, one on top of the other, all the way up into our standing mountain. Beautiful. Take a moment here, feel where your feet are on the floor. Notice if you're using your toes or your heels. See if we can rock forward and back. Good. When we're ready, let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, reaching. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale down, plant the hands, stepping back to high plank. Holding it here for a moment. Feeling the engaged muscles. Long line. And from here, lowering down halfway, elbows pointing back. And inhale, upward dog. Use the tops of your toes to press your knees off the floor. Yes. And exhale, send those hips back for downward dog. Good. Feeling the bottom half of the body start to open. Legs are releasing those tensions. Staying with our breath. On the next inhale, look up to the hands, walk the feet there. Find our forward fold. Lower down even more. Inhale, lift up to flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Using those thumbs, you can place them right on your heart space here. Feeling your heartbeat. Reconnecting with your center, with your peace. And on the next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Plant those hands. If you want to challenge, jump back with both feet, landing in a high plank. Lowering down halfway, lifting to upward dog. Taking those knees off the mat, stretching up and away. And exhale, downward dog. Releasing those hips as high as you can. Inhale, looking up to the hands, jump or step between them, forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up overhead. And exhale to heart center. Beautiful. Take a few moments here. We're going to speed it up. Get a little bit more intense. Let's inhale. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Jump or step back, high plank. Find your flow. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward dog. Press it up. And downward dog. Release those hips up and away. Beautiful. When we're ready, let's lift the left leg up and away. Three-legged dog. Point the legs. Point those toes. And stretch it up. On your exhale, bring that leg through between the hands. We're going to stay in a crescent lunge and lift those arms up and away. Lowering down into those hips, keeping that right hip and heel off the floor. So both sets of toes should be pointed forwards. We're squaring those hips off. And then as a challenge, try to straighten that back leg. Good. On your exhale, lower both hands down, planting the right arm down. We're going to lift the left arm up for our twisted triangle. Looking up towards those fingertips on the left arm, softening the muscles in the neck. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, bring that left arm down. We're going to replace it on the inside of our left leg. And then lift the right arm up overhead. So same side triangle this time. I know the leg is feeling it. Try to breathe through. Relax in. On the next exhale, go ahead, drop both arms down. We're going to drop the right knee, this time coming up all the way into a kneel. From here, placing both arms on your left side, we're going to send our hips forward, allowing both hips to travel as far low as they can and as far forward as they can. You're welcome to stay here. If you need a little bit more, reach with your left arm around and grab the toes. Good. When we're ready, go ahead, unwind, release the foot. We're going to plant both arms down. From here, stepping back to our high plank. Lower down halfway. Upward dog. Release those knees, looking up overhead. And exhale to downward dog. Sending those hips back. Ready, looking up to the hands, jump or step between, find your forward fold. Inhale, lift up to flat back, and exhale down. Inhale, sweep all the way up overhead, and exhale to heart center. Catching our breath here, feeling the body, feeling the changes. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up to flat back. Exhale, down. Plant those hands, step or jump back to high plank. Lower down halfway. Lifting to upward dog, release those toes. And sending those hips back for downward dog. Beautiful. See how high we can get our tailbone as we lower the chest and the heart down towards the mat. When we're ready, go ahead and take that right leg up and away. Three-legged dog. We're going to point those toes. Stretch away from the fingers. And on your exhale, bring that leg up and in between the hands. Leave that back ankle up off the floor. And we're going to lift our arms to crescent lunge. Lowering as much as we can. Imagine all of our toes pointing to the front of our mat. And if you can, straighten that back knee for a little bit more stretch in the hip. Beautiful. From here, exhale, bring those arms down. We're going to plant the left hand and raise the right arm up for our twisted lunge. Looking up to those fingers. Staying nice and low. Breathe, feel your muscles, feel your bones working for you. Soften into them. Good. On your exhale, go ahead, drop the right arm down. We're going to take it to the inside of our right leg, and this time lift the left arm up for our same side. Really feeling that right hip crease. If you can, imagine a straight back and looking up into those fingertips. One more deep breath in. When we're ready, drop that left arm down. We're going to drop left knee as well. Come up into a kneel. When we're ready, leaning into that front knee. So that left hip is really open, pressing both hips equally forward. If you'd like a little bit more, you can reach with that right arm around to the left leg and grab the toes. Deep breath in. On the exhale, let's unwind. We're going to drop the hands down and step back into our high plank. From here, lowering halfway, pressing to upward dog. On the exhale, find your downward dog. Send the hips up and away. Take note of your ankles and your heels. See if you can press them further down towards the mat for an extra stretch.
When you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself back down to your knees and find your way to child's pose. Beginning to cool down from the practice, allowing your breath to return back to a normal state. And we're welcome to stay right here, relaxing into the floor. Or if you're ready, go ahead and make your way slowly to your back. elongating your legs all the way out. You can bring your arms to your sides. This is our final pose of Shavasana, where we're going to integrate everything we've done today.